welcome to Psyched for Sanity. I am one of your co-hosts, Dr. Tara McKelvey-Parker. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist working in private practice. I specialize in assessing and treating complex trauma and attachment wounds from childhood.
And I am one of your hosts, Dr. Brindle Doss. I'm a licensed psychologist specializing in geriatric psychology, child treatment, forensic psychology, and assessment.
Okay. Tell me a fun fact. Tell me something real fun.
I don't know if it's fun. I don't know. I think you're going to think it's dorky, but that's normally like, oh, this is a fun fact. And you're like, you're a big dork. I'm like, well,
I think that's
touche.
fun that you are a dork. So even though I'm teasing, the teasing is fun for me. So it's actually like very fun.
Maybe that's why it's fun. Okay.
Exactly.
So I like even numbers better than odd numbers.
Okay.
But really positive, amazing life events have occurred in odd numbered years.
Huh. Okay. So it's a little contradictory.
Yes, but I really like even numbers. Like I really feel strongly about this. I
actually think about this pretty often because I do too.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm the one that's shocked today.
But it's like a little bit OCD, like compulsive, like I need to count, like I count in my head in twos.
Okay. Oh.
Like sometimes.
Okay.
When I'm stressed, or like, I want things to be in pairs, or like when I'm listening to things on the radio, I want it to be even, or it has to be in increments of 5. There's something organizing to the brain about that.
I like increments of 5 as well, like 25 or 15
Do you know
what
I'm saying? There's just something like really gratifying about it.
I think it's because
I kind of understand.
So this is why I think we both like this. And this is, people are gonna. I think it's because of the Myers-Briggs. We're both like J's.
Oh, we are both J's. Yes, we like things to be like a little bit more organized, predictable, finite, like black and white.
We don't like open doors.
Yeah.
We like things to be like
whereas
solidified.
The P's.
Those P's.
I always make friends with P's. I have a lot of P's in my life.
I'm married to one.
Yeah, and they just kind of like, blah, blah, blah. You try to make plans with them, and you're like, let's do Friday at 7. They're like, well, just see how it goes.
Or
Maybe. I don't know.
Right.
It just depends on what's on my schedule. Maybe. Let's play it by ear. And I'm like, no.
Or they research refrigerators for 5 years and drive you up a wall. Yeah.
Because they can't make decisions.
Well, they can make decisions, but they always want to see more options.
Always the options.
That's personal. That's not helpful.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
So were you surprised by the fact that we both like even numbers?
A little bit, because I thought it was pretty, and mine may be a little extra. I don't know. I like to count. The counting is
extra.
It's a little extra. It's a little probably on the OCD spectrum. It's like a little tick that
is
I
there
like
an
to do
OCD spectrum?
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
Okay.
Maybe we could talk about that in a different episode. I think everything's on a spectrum, and when it gets really intense and like impacts your functioning, it becomes diagnosable.
Okay.
But
right,
another subject for another time. But not super yes and no, but it does. This sort of ties into our episode, I suppose, because we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A.
Q&A day.
I feel like we know a lot about each other, but there's lots of stuff we don't, and we haven't asked, each other some specific personal questions. So I thought we could do that. We both thought we could do that.
So we have written questions for to ask each other, and we don't know what these questions are.
Yeah.
We have not shared them at all. She is so nervous by this episode, which I find hilarious.
Because
I'm not nervous at all, which is interesting.
One of the main ways I manage my performance anxiety is by being prepared.
But like performing in this capacity is just like telling your truth and showing up authentically, and that's okay.
It's something I value, but it's terrifying. People are watching this.
I hope they are. We're trying to grow an audience over here. We're doing our best.
Maybe only like 10, but still.
Still, we appreciate those 10 or maybe more. We really do.
We've got more lists. We definitely have more
we
listeners
do.
than
I
that.
just.
Yeah. So
do you want to ask me a question first, or should I ask you?
I'll ask you first. Do you mind?
Okay.
I feel like it'll help me here. You answer first, and I'll calm down a little bit. Okay. So I think my first question for you is going to be...
I'm ready.
Okay.
She's like so nervous, and I'm like, do.
Yeah.
I was the most excited about this episode of all the episodes we talked about in planning.
That's hilarious. Okay, that's hilarious. What is one psychological... No, that's the wrong one. Don't answer that question.
It wasn't even a question.
What is a psychological concept that changed how you think about your life?
Oh, yeah. I think there are several.
You don't care. Projection.
I care, but I it's a great question, first of all. There are probably several, but I think that really the one that I still still when I reflect on it, it just goes off in my brain like a warm gong, is that
A warm gong.
like awareness, but not like in a shocking way.
Okay.
Right. Not in a startling, uncomfortable, painful way, but like a real strong, powerful,
Like
I don't know, warm gong. I don't know.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I just needed some explanation because that's weird.
You think after 20 episodes, she'd be used to it, but she's not.
No.
She's not used to the weird.
But I get it.
So I was in graduate school. I was, at the time, pursuing a master's degree at the lovely Texas Women's University. And I was in a, I forget the formal name of the class, but it was basically a multicultural psychology class. And I was taught by a wonderful, lovely woman, professor, Dr. Deborah Mullen. And she just had a great way of teaching, which I really appreciated and still do. Shout out Dr. Mullen, if you're watching, listening. One of the classes that she taught was she kind of was standing in front of the room, I remember really distinctly, and said, how many of you that identify as Caucasian or white wake up realizing or having awareness of your whiteness? And it just went off in my brain like, wow, I, at the time, had a lot of privilege and was not aware of that and did not recognize that folks that, people of color, wake up with awareness of the construct. And I did not have a functional knowledge at the time until this wonderful class of race as a construct.
Yeah, I feel similarly. I think that was the first time for me too.
Yeah.
Where I became aware of my privilege, which is kind of insane and speaks to the level of privilege that it took until I was in my 20s.
And important.
And important, very important. I remember having the same kind of light bulb moment, like, holy crap.
Right.
It was like my eyes have been sort of opened. I never had that experience before.
Right, and I really reflect on that still to this day to help me kind of like recalibrate, because I think when you have any kind of position of privilege, it's like air, it just creeps in and you're not aware that you're breathing it.
Yeah.
You don't think about your thinking or think about air.
It's important to acknowledge it.
So when you can check your privilege or be conscientious of it, it can lessen the impact, I think, on others in a negative way.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my answer.
Okay, that's a great answer.
Thanks.
Yeah, I relate.
Okay. Are you ready?
Kind of.
Okay, I'll do this one. I feel like this one is a softball one.
Okay, give it to me.
If you could go back to either when you started getting interested in psychology or graduated with your PhD, what would you tell yourself or what advice would you give yourself?
Ooh, that is a good one.
Thank you.
What advice would I give myself? What would I tell myself? Okay, the first thing that came to my mind is I remember definitely when I graduated with my PhD, and I was just, kind of going through postdoc and after postdoc trying to figure out, what to do with my life, what I wanted to do with my PhD and in what direction I wanted to go. And I remember feeling absolutely terrified that I was not going to make it. Because I went right from postdoc to private practice too, which is a big leap.
You were like the ballsiest.
I don't even know what came into. Honestly, I don't even know.
You were the ball. I remember. I still think that's one of the ballsiest moves. You were so like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing, and I was like, what?
Oh my god, I
sounded like a duck. It was like
freaking out about it though, and like.
But you were so externally confident.
I told you.
I remember. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really. So I had a talk with an older woman. She was like a few cohorts above me in my program.
Classes.
She was older in classes, and she had already started private practice. And I remember calling her for advice, and she said, "You are going to be great. Know your worth."
I remember we've talked about it on the podcast before.
That helped me.
Right.
I was freaking out. That really, really helped. I was like, okay, like she's saying I'm worth it and I can do it. I'm going to trust her. And I had a lot. I mean, I really.
It is amazing how sometimes I've often hinged on this. Like sometimes I've had very simple, even brief conversations with not even someone that I'm necessarily close with, but like a colleague or like a mutual of someone, and they've said something that's completely changed the trajectory of either my program, my research in the past, or my practice. And I just feel like it's so valuable and important.
I remember in high school one time too, this is another one of those like, oh my gosh, like really like you're describing, change my path, was a teacher who said, like you have to take care of you. Like she could identify with my responsibility for my siblings. She had a sister who was schizophrenic, and she felt a lot of responsibility. Yeah. She was like, you have to take care of you. You have to go to college. Because I was debating whether I should leave or stay.
Yeah.
So I think I would tell myself, you are okay and like nothing scary is going to happen and you're going to make it. And then also like you are good enough. Like I had a lot of
Aw.
imposter
Yeah, yeah,
syndrome,
yeah.
right? Like
Right.
I was like, I have a PhD and I'm supposed to be helping people, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Sure.
Like I'm not good enough. I think, that for in that stage of my sort of career, that's how I felt. And now after having like 10 years of
Right.
experience from that point, I feel pretty confident in my ability, like my
Sure.
therapeutic skills and my ability to help people and like do my job. But
Right.
I did not feel that way 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I would definitely tell myself, like, you're safe, you're good, you're going to make it, you're good enough.
Right.
This is a go. Even
Okay.
though I did it, it would have been nice to feel
More secure.
in my decision. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Wonderful.
yeah.
You have one for me. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. You ready?
I'm very ready.
Okay. Okay. So I think this one's a good one. Okay. Why do you think that insight alone isn't enough for change?
Oh, that is so tricky.
I know.
That's a hard one.
It's a little hard, but I think it's important. I have some ideas about it too.
Okay. I feel like insight is so tricky. And sometimes, as a clinician, a psychologist, therapist person, it's so clear to me what people need to hear or witness or experience. But this is sometimes part of the magic of therapy and also the power is that we cannot make anyone have insight. They can only experience it for themselves.
Yes.
And I think why it's so tricky is because the brain is so crazy and amazing and powerful. And it's so hard to look past our old patterns of behavior or our old beliefs or old ways of thinking
Yeah.
that have previously kept us in like what we perceive to be a functional state, even a state of dysfunction.
Yeah.
That it's hard to look past that current dynamic for us.
Yeah, exactly. I
Like,
think that's
Those old roots and beliefs got me to this point,
they're
and I'm
hard
here.
to rewire.
And it's so hard to rewire a belief. A belief is so tricky to change, and but sometimes our beliefs are so mean to us, and we believe really horrendous things about ourselves. And so a lot of my patients really struggle with believing that they're wonderful and lovely people.
Well, and even knowing like that's not okay. Like you can have insight that you have like this shame or this critic or these negative self-beliefs. But the insight doesn't, you have to actually change the belief.
Right.
That's the next thing. And that's hard to do.
And what I'll tell my patients frequently is, you don't have to believe this. I need you for today, in this moment, at this time, to know that I believe this. And I literally say this very intentionally to ones that struggle with this. I need you to know that when I put my head on my pillow tonight, I'm still going to believe this about you. You're wonderful. You're lovely. You have value and meaning. And I've talked about this before on the podcast, but nothing you do today or don't do today is going to like limit your important and your intrinsic worth for me
worth and value
on this earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that softens them a little bit. But I acknowledge, I like to acknowledge to people, I know that you're not going to believe me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to like hardball them.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you are offering a different perspective that this person has
desperately wants to
hasn't
believe but can't.
considered or can't believe. So you kind of have to shine that light like over and over and over again, and they have to practice speaking to themselves over and over and over again, and then we change the belief, but that's hard to do even with insight. And then also there's the emotion regulation piece.
So
I feel like where this is big for me, like I will have insight. I like know a thing. I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope. Right. And then there's all kinds of emotional things that make it challenging for me to then, kind of like use the insight to make change towards health. So, yeah, I agree.
Are you ready for your next question?
No, I'm talking because I'm trying to not get...
You're trying to avoid...
I'm trying to hijack your question, so...
Unfair. Foul in the play.
Okay, go.
Okay. If you had a magic wand...
Ooh, a magic wand.
What would you change about our field?
Ooh, I wish I had a magic wand.
Okay.
For many reasons.
Stop.
Okay. What would I change about our field? Well, the first thing that came to mind is I would make it more accessible to everyone.
In which way?
Like
accessible for whom?
Underserved populations.
I see.
Like people
the
who
patients,
the
clients.
people who need the help the most do not get it. And it breaks my heart.
Oh, yeah.
It makes me sad every single day.
Right.
That people who are poor or severely mentally ill and homeless and like they cannot access
Sure.
mental health treatment, because I firmly believe that, like, I think that we need more securely attached people in this world, and therapy is very important for that.
Yeah.
And like, like securely attached people like are not addicted to drugs, and they don't commit crimes, and like I just think
Absolutely. There's less trauma.
there's less trauma, and like we could all be like happier and like healthier, and like so it breaks my heart. Like if I had a magic wand, I don't know exactly how I would do it, which is why I love the question being framed as magic wand, because I don't actually have to like figure it out.
We're not here doing policy debates.
I don't know what to do.
It's a different
about
episode.
The issue, but like if I could waive it, it would just be like everyone has access to the help and support that they need to be okay.
I love that.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have time, I think, for how many of you answered? 2?
I think I've answered 3.
No.
No?
Oh.
I'm trying to get out of it, guys. Do you see how this avoidance tactic?
Okay.
I think you've answered 2, so I'll do one more for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I am curious. This is a little bit more personal leaning, but professional.
That's fine.
We talk a lot about parenting.
We do.
On the show.
We are.
And we've talked about being triggered by our kids and like, whatever. I'm curious, like, as you think about your kids, what do you feel in yourself? What's like your biggest parenting trigger? Like biggest like thing, that you feel like is just challenging for you with kids?
It's changed as they've gotten older.
Fair. Yep.
And it's changed as I'm trying to grow as a parent, which I think is good. Mm-hmm. But it's surprising and almost a little embarrassing to admit the trigger, because it's so silly. I perceive it to be silly, which I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't judge it. I think when my feisty daughter will say no, or will like defiance, and it's like something that's like so basic, so straightforward, and it's so rational and connected. I have to I can get, if I don't slow down or just ignore it, one of the two or both. Mm-hmm. And I can feed into that of getting agitated and irritable and raising my voice or whatever, because this is so simple. Why can you not just, you're going to leave the house today. You want to go where you're going today. You want to go to your grandfather's house. I know you do. He's planning a fun Easter activity for you. That would be amazing. But you don't want to get dressed. You don't want to eat breakfast. You want to yell no. And so I do try to manage this trigger by reminding myself this is developmentally appropriate. Right. She is supposed to yell no at me.
Right.
She's allowed to do that.
But sometimes it's like, if you want to do this, you got to do these other things. Just do it.
So what helps me is to slow down on reminders well, let's just tell her there's a logical consequence, for her behavior, which is hey, if you don't get dressed, then I guess you're not going to go. Let me know what you decide. But it is triggering, and which is surprising to me, because I feel very confident when I'm working with parents and families at educating them about not caring about the defiance.
I know.
Not getting caught up in the facial.
You really do have to detach from it a little bit.
Because it's not personal.
It's not personal.
It's developmental.
And also if it's not scary over, you can, if you have a game plan for what to do, then you can, Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah. So this is a little bit of a shorter episode for us, because we're kind of just spitballing here. But is it as scary as you thought it was going to be?
No, I think I got out of a question.
You got out of a question?
Yeah.
Well, I have more.
No, I'm happy about it. Did you see me playing? I was nervous. So I was like, let's talk more about your responses, Brenda. Tell me
She's
more.
very good.
I'm very good.
She's very good. It's a combination of her therapy, but first and her theater skills. No, I think we can answer those questions that you're avoiding later in our next Q&A.
I'm just kidding.
Quarterly Q&A here on Psyched for Sanity.
I'll figure out other ways to. No, I'm joking.
What? Your questions don't scare me.
I know. Envy.
Confidence.
Shh, be quiet.
Hey, have a great day, everybody.
Well, maybe also our listeners, if they have questions for us,
that would be helpful.
That would be actually a really cool episode.
Help
we can sprinkle those in.
Dr. Parker learn to be comfortable and confident in her answers.
Guys, I need
and not plan for everything she's going to say on this wonderful podcast.
Questions for me.
Expand her happiness and spontaneity with me, won't you?
Shush. I will take them into consideration.
Oh, wow. The finger's out. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this little peek behind our brains. We'll definitely do more of these, because I think for us it keeps it lively.
Yeah,
it breaks up the pace.
Yeah.
And it's important, I think, honestly, I like these kind of larger philosophical questions about our professional experience as an identity because it's helped me. It helps me think bigger than I sometimes do.
Yeah, I do too, actually. I think I'll think about it that way next time. There's no right or wrong answer. I didn't fail to test.
She's cautiously optimistic, everybody. This podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for therapy, diagnosis, or any kind of professional mental health treatment. We hope that we can share with you our experience authentically and genuinely, and we hope that occasionally we'll make you laugh. Maybe you can relate to our quest and how we're psyched for sanity. The content we share is our personal opinions and insights. They are not clinical insights to anyone, and they don't represent or reflect any entity that we work and or have worked for in the past. But if listening to this podcast has made you think, we really encourage you to seek out a mental health professional in your area.